The one if statement executes the statements if the condition is true. So the statement is the if statement executes the statement if the condition is true. So let me explain it to you what I mean by that. So if I say if and this is an if expression, if that is true, if this thing is true, then this thing will be executed. Okay. If it's not true, then the program will not execute this statement. Okay, is it clear? Like in the case of last class, we did that if this condition is true, if this condition is true, only then this and this statement will be executed. What is this condition? The condition is the radius is greater than or equal to 0. So if a user enters a radius of 3, then 3 is greater than or equal to 0, which is true. It becomes true. So we have if true, then do this thing. Okay, true means sahi, false means khata. Okay. So let me explain it to you in a Python example. So let's do something here. So let's say if I say if true, then print my name is Ahmed. Okay. So look at this statement. This is always true because we have said this is true. So what do you think is going to be the output? Sorry, TRUE, I think is. So okay. Okay, anyone tell me what this error is? Why do you get this error, by the way? Let me show you the window as well. The name true is not defined. So we need to write it like this, I think. Yes. Okay. No, it's a string. So we need to put it in the strings. Okay. So whenever I execute this program, it will write the name Ahmed. Okay. But when I say false, it will never write the name of the Ahmed. Oh, wait a second. Why is it false? Actually, let's make it more interesting, Let's make x to be 0, x to be 10, and do it properly. If x is equal to 10, then print this. It's 10. Okay. So by the way, what is this command? This command is an assignment operator. It is assigning the value of 10 to x. Okay. And what is this? This is checking a condition if x is same as 10 or not. Well, x is 10, so 10 is 10. This will become true, and we'll print this thing. Okay. If x is not 10, then we'll print else. Print x is not 10. Okay. Yes. So let's run this program, and we get x is 10. But if I make x to be 11 here, what will happen? What is the answer for this now? Yes. So this is false. True. Is this true or false? This is false. Let me show you here. Let me show you here. If x is 11, if x is 11, and if I say x double equals to 10, the answer is false. See? The answer is false here. So when the answer is false, we'll get to print this thing. Okay. So let's run it. So x is not 10. So when the statement is true, when the if condition is true, then the statements inside the if will be executed. Okay. Any question in this? So that is the flow. That is a flow chart for the if statement. We start the program from here, and then we have this Boolean expression. We check. Okay, here we check a condition, and if it's true, we execute the statement and we go to the end of the program. If it's false, we go straight to the end of the program without executing anything, without executing any statement. Okay, any question in this? So what I'm saying is that this is the start of the program and this is the end of the program. Okay. So when your program starts and it sees an if, then you check a Boolean expression. You check this expression, check this expression, this expression. This is a Boolean expression. Okay. If this is true, then you execute the statements. If it's true, then you execute the statements. If it's not true, it's false, then you just go to the end of the program. If it's false, then you go to the end of the program. Like here, we start our program from here, we end our program here. So at the start of the program, we check if the radius, this is a condition, the Boolean expression. We check if the radius is greater than 0. If true, then we execute this statement. If not, then you go straight to the end of the program. Okay? Any question in this? So let's now do some programming exercise. So now we are going to write a program that asks user to enter an integer. Okay. The user will be asked to enter an integer. If the number is a multiple of 5, the program displays high 5. So if the user enters 5 and 15, 20, 25, the program will display high 5. And if the number is divisible by 2, the program will say high even. So if the number the user enter is 2, 4, 8, 16, 2, 4, 8, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then it will say high even. Okay. So do you understand the question here? So if this, then this. If this, then this. Yeah, but print high 5 only if this condition is true. If the number user enter is this. Okay. So let's open the Python. So here, see. So the first command is going to be number. We say input, enter, and integer. So what do you think is going to the next line? So what do you think the next command is going to be? Yes. So Talal is saying right. If the number is multiple of 5, print high 5. So how do we check if the number is multiple of 5? We check it if the number is a multiple of 5 and the remainder is going to be 0. Okay. Yes. MashaAllah. And then we print what? High 5. And then we do again. If number is a multiple of 2, then print what? We print high even. Well, no, not else, because look at this question here. Look at the question here. There are two conditions: multiple of 5 and divisible by 5. Divisible by 2. Okay. It does not say. Now listen carefully. We would have used else only if it says that the program, if the number is multiple of 5, the program displays high 5, and otherwise it displays high even. But it does not say like otherwise it displays high even. It says if another condition is met, then do this. There's no else here. Do you understand? Yes, you can use else if. I think we can use else if. But let's go. Let's go step by step. So let's only use if here. So enter the integer. So let me enter. What do you want me to enter, by the way, guys? What do you want me to enter here? 5. Okay. Well, oh, we have an error here. Not all arguments. Oh, wow, we have an error here. Who is going to help me in solving this error? Who is going to help me in solving this error? Yes, eval. But now that we are only dealing with integers, so I can use int here as well. Okay. Yes, mashallah. Oh, mashallah. Abdul Aziz. Where Abdul Aziz? Wait. Where Abdul Aziz? Let's see Abdul Aziz. Mashallah, he has got a different answer, So where is Abdul Aziz? What is his full name, by the way? Abdul Aziz Muhammad Suleiman. Good job. And others are also right. You can also use eval as well. But using an integer is better. Why better? Why better? Why should we say the integer? Because look at this. We're only dealing with integers here. So if the user enters a float number, the eval will still operate it, but this will stop it. Okay. So let's enter 5, high 5. Yes, high 5. So now let's run again, and let's enter 10 here. So it's both, because 10 is divisible by 5 and also a multiple of 5. Sorry, divisible by 2 and multiple of 5. Okay. So let's enter, let's say 13, nothing. So read this program. By the way, read this statement and see this program together and see if you have any question. So guys, if I use eval, what will happen? Yes, very good question. MashaAllah, Abdul Aziz. So if I use eval here, let's see what will happen. So if I say 10, it should work. But now look at this. I said 15.5. What should be my answer now? What should you think should be my answer? Look at the program statement, and then we'll see the output. Look at the statement. This is what I'm expecting from the program. Now, if I enter 15.5, what should happen? And then we'll see what will happen. So take 30 seconds and think about it. Take 10 more seconds. Okay, let's see. Error, nothing. Abdul Aziz Muhammad Suleiman said 0.5 will be ignored. Nothing will be ignored because you have done the eval there. Let's see. Nothing is going to happen. Because why? 15.5 divisible by 5 is 0.5. And 15.5 divisible by 2 is 1.5. Okay? So 15.5 divisible by 5 is 0.5. 15.5 divided by 2 is 1.5, which is not equal to 0. And therefore, both statements are false. Okay? But there's a problem. Okay? No. Error, because it is this. Oh, by the way, this is not an error. Okay? The thing is, 15.5 is not a divisible of 5, and it's not divisible by 2 as well. That is why no statement is executed. If you want to put an else here, you can do it like that. Print it's neither a multiple of 5 nor divisible by 2. So let's run it again. So 15.5. So look at this. There's no error, okay? It's neither multiple of 5 nor divisible by. Okay, any question? Okay. So that's the program. Yes, you can use eval here. You can use integer here as well. So that was it. Now let's go to today's lecture. Lecture number 8. Okay, so this is lecture number 8. In this, the first topic is going to be a two-way if-else statement. So let's go straight into the example. Although we already have done it, but let's just go through them formally. So if we have if and else, this is how it operates. So if this condition is true, sorry, oh my goodness. So if this condition is true, then this statement will be executed. Else, this statement is going to be executed always. Okay. So for the true case, this will be executed. Look at this. And for the false case of this will be executed. Okay. So you can see it from the flowchart as well. So this is the start of if. I can't hear you, doctor. So if with true and else with false always. Yes. So look at this. If I check the Boolean expression, look at this Boolean expression. I check the Boolean expression, and if the Boolean expression is true, then I will execute the statement for the true case, which is this statement. And if the Boolean expression is false, then this Boolean expression is false, then I will execute the false case, which is this. And then in any case, I'll go to the end of the program. Okay, is it clear? This is the end of if. Okay, let me ask you a question. What if there is no else? Then how will we change this figure? How would we change this figure if there is no else statement and only if statement is there? So think about it and answer me very carefully. Not print. Okay, Abdul Majid, can you? Yeah, but let's stop it and let's take your answers. The first answer is Badr. We will delete the false shape. So Badr, do you mean that we will delete this completely or not, or what? Okay, so that's what Badr is saying. Let's see what Abdul Majid Ahmed Abbas is saying. If it is false, it will end the program. So what do you mean by that? If it's false, the process, you mean this will go straight here? Okay, mashallah. Now that is right. That is absolutely right. Because if it's false, the if loop has to end. If we don't have this thing and we get a false, then we are stuck here. We need to get to this point, okay? So even if we have a false, we get to the end of the program. Look at this. Look at this. So even if we have a false, we go to the end of the program. Is it clear? The computer will be the condition. If it's not true, it will end the program. Yes. So how many people were right here? Okay, I will give the because Badr is partially right. I will give Badr marks as well. But no, actually you're right. Let's not give it marks. Anyways, same because both options the false and the program. Yeah, Abdul Majid Ahmed Abbas. Where is Abdul Majid? So we have here for Abdul Majid. And then who else was here? Saeed Khalid. Yes, we have Saeed as well. And who else? Line to the end, yeah. Abdul Majid Ahmed. Yeah, I think Abdul Majid Ahmed fought. Abdul Aziz Muhammad Suleiman. Suleiman. Oh, you already have one. What should we do with him now? Give him 2 marks or 1 mark? So tell me, guys. Doctor, degree of participation. Degree to participants. Not even a degree to participants. Yeah, I think. Let's give him. What's that? So let's give him 2 here actually. Okay. So mashallah, that's very good. Let's see. I think you should thanks as well. Okay. So let's get back to the lecture. So we already have done this example, but let's just see that if this condition is true, then these 2 statements will be executed. Otherwise, we'll execute this statement. Okay. So if the radius is positive, then we'll find the area and print the area. If radius negative, then simply say negative input. Okay, now we have something to code, and that is we need to determine whether a number is even or odd. So any idea how would we determine even number and how would we determine odd number? Even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and odd number are 1, 3, 5, 7. So any idea how would we determine them? And what about odd? Okay, Abdul Aziz Muhammad Suleiman is again right. Now what should we do with him now? Yes, Saeed Khalid, Saeed Ben Sari. Saeed Khalid, where is Saeed? And where is Ahmad Mansoor Abdul Shakur? No, 3 is not good. Give him 3 marks, doctor. No, 3 is too much. Okay, we give him 3 marks. Okay, now let's program it. So let's open this and let's open the window. So the first line is enter the, we say number, input, enter the number. And then we do what? If the number is divisible by 2 and the remainder is equal to 0, then we put print it's an even number. Else, print it's an odd number. Okay? Okay, are you happy with this? Yes, mashallah. People are very good now. Eval, we're missing eval here because we need to convert the string into a numeric number. Okay, let's see. So let's enter the number 13. It's an odd number. Look at that. And if I enter 100, yes, it's an even number. Okay? So yes, that's it. So read this program, and if someone has any question, please let me know. No question? Yes, so Sohaib is asking a question. Why does it has to be equal to 0? It's not equal to 0. Remember, Sohaib, there are 2 equal signs here. You can see, I don't think so you can see it properly on your computer, but I have used 2 equal signs here together. So do you have the answer, or do you want me to explain it? Okay. Yeah, I mean, sometime you cannot see it properly on your screen. Okay, 1.67 is, let's see. Let's see. Okay. Anyways, any more question? Even equals to 2.0. Yes, why not? 2.0 is an even number. Anything else? Okay, I'm expecting at least 2 questions here. Where if? You mean if here? You mean if here? By the way, if you can turn on your microphone, that will be easy for me to understand because, don't worry about the English. We can all learn to speak English. MashaAllah, many of you speak very good English. Don't worry, just open a microphone, talk to me instead of else. Yes, why not? But then we have to oh, mashallah, good question actually. If you want to use if, then what do you put here? Oh, yes. Yes. So you will put though not equal to 0. Perfect. So who was that? It was Ahmad Mahmoud. How do you pronounce your name? Can you turn on microphone and tell me?
Muhammad Noor.
Muhammad Noor.
Yes.
Okay, Muhammad Noor. We also have this name of Muhammad Noor, but we write it like a different way. We say it like that: Muhammad separate, Noor separate, and same in the case of the Arabic language. Look at this. My name is Arman Suhaib. So we tried Muhammad here and Noor separately. Anyways, that's a different way of doing the same thing. So where were we? Yes, we were here. So this is Muhammad Noor, and if I run it, let's see what happens. Enter the number 15, and it's an odd number. And let's do it again for, let's say, 16, and it's an even number. Perfect. MashaAllah, perfect. Yes, we will use else if when we study else if. Okay, hang in there. Dada, can I do it without using if? Can we do what? Can you please be more clear? You mean what? Doctor, in the previous example, why we used if and if instead of? We will use else if, but we can step back, okay? One thing at a time. So we have learned if, we have learned else, and now the next thing is, mashallah, you guys are very, very fast. And look at this. Next thing is elif, okay? So, mashallah, you guys are very fast. So elif is coming, but I need to know what is the question of Khalid. Doctor, can we do it without using if? Can you please try to clarify your question, or by writing, or maybe by asking on a microphone? I mean, can we do it even or without? No, there is. Actually, is a way, Khalid. There is a way. Can you help us? Can anyone help us in solving this question? This is Khalid's question. So everyone can see it. So this is his question. So who will answer? Try to answer it. Let me think. Yeah, let's take 2 minutes. Let me think as well because I'm not sure about it. Let me think as well, and you guys think as well for 2 minutes. Okay. Who help us? Give some idea. Yes, I think the same thing. That there is no way. Yes, I am not sure about it. Yes, I think you're right. I think there is no way. Yeah, because it's condition. Yes, I don't think. Yes, there's no way. Guys, you should not answer the question from the things that we have not covered yet. But anyways, good try, Abdullah, Muhammad Saeed. But try to answer the question from things that you already have covered, not from the things that are coming in the future. Yes, in the future we'll have many tools, but we need to try to answer the question from the knowledge that we already have covered. Yes. We can use if, against elif. Yes, we'll do it now. But we have only 5 minutes left, so let's study it. Let's see how it happens. Okay. So So we have something called nested if. Okay, we have something called nested if conditions. Nested mean one inside another. Okay, and I'll show it to you in a minute. So if on one if statements can be placed inside another if statement to form a nested if statement. So let's see an example. So look at this. We have an if statement, and inside an if we have another if statement. Okay, guys, hang in there. We will study the elif. I will answer the question about elif when it comes. Okay. So possibly next week we will study LF. We have it in the next slide, but I don't think we have time for it. Because we have time. We don't have time for it, by the way. I'll teach you why do we use it, when do we use it, but for the time being, let's not talk about something that we have not covered yet. Okay. So at the moment, I'm talking about the nested if statements. So what do you mean by nested if? That we have an if inside another if. So now we have two conditions. First, this condition has to meet that I has to be greater than k. And then this condition has to meet that j is greater than k. And then we print this, that I and j are greater than k. If this condition or this condition, any of the two conditions are not true, then we put else. So let's go step by step. So if this statement is, let's say I is 5, j is, let's say, 7, k is 3. Now what will be the answer for this? True or false? Yes, it's going to be true. So if it's true, we go inside the if. Am I right? So we go inside. Now check this thing. Is it true or false? It's true. So we can go inside the if and then we print it. And that is the end of the if statement. Okay? Any question? Now if j is 2, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if j is 2. Is this condition true or false? This is true. So we go inside. Is this true or false? False. So we don't go here. We go straight into the else and print this thing. No. Then we don't do anything. There's nothing. There's no else here because this else corresponds to this if only. This if has no else, so we do nothing. So the program ends without anything. Yeah, we will not. This else. This, look at this. This else is under this if. So this else. Yes, there is no else for this if. Okay, let's do one more thing. If I is 5, k is 7, and j is 2. Now what is this? True or false? This is false. So we will not go here. We'll go straight into the else. Okay. So let me ask. Give me ask you a question. Last question before you guys leave. If I is 5, k is 1, and j is, let's say, what is going to be the output? Write the answer here. So let's see. So is this true or false? I is 5 greater than 1. This is true. So we go inside the if statement. Now is this true or false? False. So this will not be executed and there is no else for it. So we go end of program and nothing will happen. Okay? Yes, mashallah. Very good, guys. Very good. So yes, that is it for today. If you have any question, you can ask me now. We'll do the LF next week. Okay then. Thank you very much and have a good day. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Claude. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.